Good evening. The news summary for this Saturday, 28th August. There has been a reduction in the number of new clients registering with the Department of Employment in search of a job and more applications for foreign workers. Indicators that the labor market is improving. The Department of Employment presented figures of the labor statistics for the second quarter of 2021 in a press conference yesterday. In comparison to the first quarter of 2021, there has been a reduction of 130 new clients registering for a job in the second quarter, bringing the figure down to 995. Some 1,700 job referrals and over 800 job seekers have already been recruited. The Department of Employment says the labor market performance is due to the reopening of Seychelles border. However, Principal Secretary for Employment Jules Baker says requests for redundancy continues, although not quite as much as last year.
Compared to last year, we see that there was a decrease of 58% of the number of redundancies we have last year in terms of people application made redundant. There were 896 people made redundant last year between January to June 2020, compared to only 377 between January to June this year. This is quite significant, and it is telling you a story. The story is that there has been business confidence since the opening of the border. More businesses have created the opportunity for them to pick up based on the tourism arrival, and therefore there is no need to continue to make people redundant. Instead, we see an increase in the number of vacancies. The increase in the number of applications for posts of non-social work. This is another indicator which we use also to see how the labor market is performing. If there are more demand for foreign labor, which means that there are more jobs available for people to do, there are more employment opportunities.
Job seekers now have a broader job prospect in areas such as hospitality, agriculture, fishing, construction, or technology in an effort to secure jobs for every Seychellois from 15 to 62 years of age. The Department of Employment has signed a mutual agreement with 5 of its partners for reskilling and or upskilling. The MOU was signed with the Seychelles Institute of Technology, Computing and Additional Learning, Institute of Agriculture and Horticulture, the Tourism Academy, and GEM Consultancy. GEM Consultancy is a new company that will be working with people with disabilities, such as those who were on URS. Its representative, Marie-May Léon, explains the training of the disabled will receive.
Living with disabilities, they have some form of limitation, especially they have difficulties expressing themselves and feeling good about themselves. So one of the main focus of the training is that to empower them so that they can build their confidence and self-esteem. So when they get out there on the job market, they will be very confident to sell their skills to the employers so that they can feel good about themselves.
The National Biosecurity Agency (NBA) has visited certain farms on Pralais which have higher risks of pest tuta absoluta in their tomato plants. Officers from NBA visit the farm on Pralais every week to make sure that farmers are following guidelines that they have recommended. Certain farmers are very concerned with the restrictions on not sending tomatoes on other islands. The principal biosecurity officer, Ravi Mustache, says that the restriction will stay in place until the situation is put under control. The chairman of the board of the group Cable and Wireless Seychelles Investments Limited, Mr. Andrew Brainbridge, paid a courtesy call on Vice President Ahmed Afif at State House yesterday afternoon. Vice President Afif reaffirmed the government's commitment to further strengthen the collaboration with Cable and Wireless, assess what is beneficial to the country and telecom companies through a win-win partnership. Mr. Bainbridge, who is here on an official visit to meet with the other shareholders of Cable and Wireless, said that the board's meeting was a time for the shareholders to further discuss the opportunities which could be explored in the telecom industry, how to go about responding to the government's concerns regarding internet charges, amongst other matters. The Plaisance Primary School has awarded its former primary 6 students for the excellent performance in last year's national exam. 7 of them who are now in S1 received prizes for scoring 3 or more A and A star in a short ceremony held at the school. The Rotary Club was also present to present the school with English pictorial dictionaries. This is part of their program to support children education in the country. Further, there was a signing of a social contract, an initiative of the Ministry of Education, whereby parents, students, and the school affirm their commitment to the child's education. All parents and students of Plaisance Primary School are expected to sign the social contract as of next year. That's the end of this news summary. Join me at 8 for the news bulletin in Creole. Until then, have a pleasant evening.